Hey, hi, what's up, YouTube and also Twitch.tv, another website that we are going to. I am Nick Robinson, and I am here today with No Goblins Dan Teasdale, one of, I believe, 2 developers working on the upcoming Roundabout. Is that right?
Fully staffed team of 2 people, Panda and myself.
A whopping 2 developers. And this game's coming out pretty soon on Steam, right?
Yeah, coming out Thursday, actually.
Wow.
So yeah, that's 2 days away.
That is very soon. So for people who haven't heard of Roundabout, let's give them the quick elevator pitch.
Roundabout. It's a 70s B-movie game where you play as a constantly revolving limousine.
Gotcha. So there, explains itself.
Done. I mean, it's a saturated genre, obviously.
Right, it's been done.
I feel like we have a unique take. I think we're the only one with a skeleton.
I'm really proud that you said a take on it and not a spin on it, because that would have been the obvious shitty joke to make, but no, you didn't.
Well, this has been great. I gotta go.
All right, see you later. So let's hop right into it. I'm going to start from scratch, actually. I started to boot it up. I got to like the new game screen earlier today and was like, no, I gotta save this because I want to see these FMVs for the first time with everyone at home. So let's hop right into it. So let's see here.
The city of Roundabout.
Oh, a nice 4x3.
Classic aspect ratio.
Spins. If you can drive through here, you can drive through anywhere.
Holy shit.
Now, you might notice.
Only the finest of stock footage for No Goblin Productions.
Well, that's because this is Roundabout. Everyone does things different around here.
Good footage of a guy turning a steering wheel.
Getting ahead of us.
This is actually great footage from an ad of an American car company selling in Europe, and they're trying to go like, American cars are so great, we can even sell them in Europe.
Gio Rigio Manus?
Meet Giorgio Maps, the world's first revolving limousine.
So how do you drive a revolving limousine? Is that explained? Is that addressed in the game?
It's considered known knowledge.
Okay.
Like it's not really unique, I guess. In the game though, you're controlling it with the left stick.
Right.
So the limousine will be constantly spinning, and then you move the stick to basically move the limousine with the rotation.
Right.
And it's with a twist.
So her name is Manos,
Yes.
which means hands.
Giorgio.
Giorgio Hands, as I found out from many translated press articles about our game.
Alrighty, so here we go. I'm just gonna try to see if I can get through this without hitting any cones. Alright, off to a good start.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm just,
No cones here.
based on this, it seems like there's gonna be no mistakes in the,
Nothing could stop Giorgio from twisting and turning.
Alright.
You got this.
Buildings, lampposts.
So roundabouts,
Yeah.
hence the name, I guess, are a particularly fun obstacle to deal with because you have to do this.
Oh man, you're a pro at this already.
Yeah, look at that.
To target and spin.
Just graduate you to
Oh,
speed running.
whoops.
Running over people's okay.
So these people just ran into the wall and exploded. Look at that.
Yeah, originally that was a bug. We actually had soccer balls killing people in the game, but it's so hilarious that we turned it into a feature.
They just die.
So if they run full speed into something,
Right.
they'll explode.
You know when you're sometimes you end up hurting yourself when you're in like a scary situation, you know?
Exactly.
I guess you passed, barely. Here's your driving report. You'll get one of these after every ride.
It's incredible performance. Who is he?
Enjoy
That's Carl Stadler. He's actually a guy who signed up we had an open casting call for the game, and he's one of the people that signed up. And he's like the perfect like 60s guy.
He's got a good like
Sorry,
droll.
70s guy. Yeah.
Okay, so you get a report card at the end of every ride. Oh, so there's. I passed by not exploding.
Yeah, and then you've got that little percentage meter in the right, and that will increase the more of these sort of extra challenges that you can do.
Gotcha. And are these challenges specific to the tutorial?
These ones are specific to the tutorial. We mix and match them for different missions. Some of them you get the ability to jump later on, and there's a challenge to do some of them about jumping. And
so there is actually a reward for getting through the tutorial without touching anything, without hitting anything, I guess.
There's a challenge for there's a challenge for not hitting anything. There's also a challenge for doing it in under 7 seconds, which is kind of brutal.
7 seconds. So one important thing to note about Roundabout is that this is an open world game, right?
That's correct. This is an open world game, and it has all the things you'd expect in an open world game. You can there's a bunch of collectibles. You can buy property that'll give you money. You can customize your limousine with paint jobs and hats. We have a
Sorry, paint jobs. I feel like I get. You also said hats.
Yes, hats.
These are not hats for Giorgio. These are hats for the limo.
hats for the limousine. We have a wide array of hats. We have ice cream. We have Hot Dog Dad, which is also a Steam emoticon if you buy the game on Steam.
Okay. So this is a face I recognize. That is,
That is E from Xbox
he works
Live.
at Xbox, right? Yeah.
Can you show me some more? I need a ride to my shop down the block.
Like who has mechanic experience?
Yeah.
The guy who runs Xbox Live.
Right.
He's probably got some.
It's very got some good technical chops.
Yeah.
So right now I'm going to take him to the repair shop, and wait, is there a way to? I can kind of slow down or I can't slow, but I can speed up my rotation. Is
You
that
can
right?
speed up, and then also if you hold down X, that'll activate your current upgrade, which right now is slow down.
Right.
This spinning
Gotcha.
is even better from the inside.
Ooh, here we go. Look at that.
You know what? That'll slow you down for a small amount of time, and then you can swap that out as you go along in the game for different power-ups. There's one that's an ice cream truck horn that'll make people run in. There's one that lets you drive on water and dive underwater. There's a whole bunch.
Wow.
Of them,
So it's like the whole progression of GTA games. Like there's getting property, but then in the later ones you're allowed to swim.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
guys have it all basically.
yeah. This is basically GTA, the game made by two people.
GTA the game.
GTA, the game, the video game.
Grand Theft Auto. It's about time someone makes a video game about Grand Theft Auto.
The untapped market.
You and me, kid, we could go all the way. Okay, you just met me, it's a little weird. But kid, seriously, think about it. I'll be right here.
I don't want too big a peek behind the curtain, but were those two shots shot at the same time?
They were not shot at the same time, but they're shot on the same day. So I guess they're shot adjacent.
Close enough.
Yeah.
They're chronologically adjacent.
We did, however, make sure that all of the shots where Giorgio turns are all unique shots. We have 6 hours of just Giorgio turning with different
don't.
reactions. No, I am dead
Are
serious.
you joking? What?
We did 2.5 hours for our first shoot for GDC, and then we did another 3+ afterwards.
Was she like hospitalized from all the neck action of turning around like that?
But we have like lots of continuity. Like if she's super strung out, her bow tie changes a little bit. So like the permutations are crazy.
Driver? I'm sorry, my car is stuck at the stupid mechanics and my kid is late for school. Can you give her a ride there? Thanks.
Got it.
Communicating silently was Giorgio's bread and butter.
Hey, Max?
With just a quick look at the
can we get a little more audio
sterile
out here?
Munchkin, Giorgio knew they
Alrighty.
needed to make a detour.
So I'm picking up a kid from school right now. Is that correct?
That is, you're picking up a kid at his house and then taking him to school.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, my instinct is still to never run anyone over. I just, from a very young age, I found like the trails of blood behind your car in GTA just deeply disturbing.
We do have an option for.
All good
Sorry,
things must
that yay was just amazing.
needed to get these
We do have an
bite-sized
option for no
plans to
violence,
school.
so if you're a little squeamish, you can turn on that, and then people explode into fun triangles and squares and things
Can I
like
turn that on right now?
that. No, yes, you can actually. If you quit out and come back in. you can turn it
Yeah,
on.
I don't want to interrupt this mission.
Let's take a bite.
We can mess around with a bunch of extras later. We also have roundabout mode, which replaces every sound with a fart noise.
Oh.
It's also a critical thing for any game.
Did you say round of fart mode?
Roundabout mode.
Round of butts,
Yeah.
because that's where farts come from.
Exactly.
How did you guys resist the instinct to sell round of butt mode? Obviously, that you can make a lot of money by just selling that, you know.
It's true. We could have done day one DLC for it. Really, our mistake was we already have a ton of day one DLC already. We have the deluxe edition,
Oh right, yeah.
which comes with early builds. It comes with Giorgio Cam, which is first-person roundabout.
Oh my
We
god.
have a screenplay and art book compendium, which is like 100-odd pages of like great art and everything.
Has anyone, to your knowledge, finished a mission of this game in the first person?
I have, but only because I know these levels from memory.
Right.
I think it would be almost impossible to do it fresh.
Now, how about Oculus Rift support combined with the first-person mode?
I do not have enough lawyers that I know to protect me from the lawsuits that would arise
Yeah.
from first-person Oculus roundabout.
People would just physically, they would just die immediately.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Nice.
Good use of the slow motion. All right, there's a mission up there for me to take on. Let me hop into that.
I'm heading to the school's baseball field.
Chillbean3 on Twitch is asking, is
Yeah,
Giorgio
so I
a
teach
silent
about driving
protagonist?
in
Giorgio
baseball. You
is
wanna
a
think
silent
about
protagonist.
it?
If you in the script, all of Giorgio's reactions are very detailed ways for Giorgio to turn around and stare. So that there's one that's like I've been doing like mock-ups on our screenplay that we're giving with the deluxe edition, and one of them I saw last night was Giorgio turns around as if being caught out in a lie, but accepts it very early on. And it's just, I don't know why Kate Walsh is perfectly Giorgio.
Yeah.
I don't know why Kate even tolerated any of this.
I mean, considering like a silent protagonist combined with an FMV game is not a common thing, but so far I feel like she nailed it.
No, she's amazing. She totally made a bunch of scenes that.
Yeah,
that
I
don't think
know.
anyone
The
else
school
did.
spends all this money on learning.
One thing I did find out though, literally at the end, as we wanted to shoot some driving shots, is that she doesn't have a driving license. Which is great.
That's the opposite of what I thought. I thought you were gonna say that she like went out and went full like method and started driving a taxi for a little while just to prepare for the role.
Yeah, we're a two-person team with no budget. We're lucky to. I don't think we even paid our actors because we're terrible
Worse than
people.
I thought. I don't know if what they're doing even.
But we did have a lot of
counts
good
as baseball.
help from friends and things like that.
Okay, kids. Listen
I
up.
also don't know what baseball is.
Hey,
Right, of course.
Yeah.
You're from Australia.
I'm from
right?
Australia. The first time I actually
this town,
threw
we play
like this baseball
baseball.
field on the
See
ground,
this chauffeur here?
baseball pitch field.
Uh-huh.
Even Giorgio
No, it's field, you were right.
better
Okay.
baseball than you.
I got in trouble for saying it
Sure.
wrong before, so I wanted to be absolutely precise. But yeah, I did it from memory, and I showed it to Panzer,
Giorgio
and
never
I got
used a
laughed at
limousine as
for
a
like
baseball
5 solid minutes.
But there's a first
I
time
think she
for
took a screenshot of it somewhere, but yeah, it was. It didn't look anything like this.
I'm trying to spin as fast as I can. Maybe I'll hit like a home run here. Look at this emergent gameplay. See?
Just do this for like 10 hours.
Make my own game. You could.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
First base.
I'm scoring a home run. I will say you nailed it. That is the order in which you touch the plates in baseball.
All right,
I was
that's how
I
you
was
do it. Now
80%
get up there
sure.
and give me 10
Someone who works here, who's into Cisco, is a big PC gamer, and in his Steam library, he's got a cricket video game. And I don't know what your experience with that sport is like, but watching a cricket video game be played is pretty funny if you go into it knowing nothing about that sport.
Probably, yeah. My knowledge of cricket comes from the Australian style of watching cricket, which is you have a bunch of beer and a barbecue and you have it on a TV, like in the corner or like inside, and you occasionally look at it and see it. So I don't have many solid, sober memories of cricket.
Gotcha. I feel like I'm getting the hang of this a little bit.
Yeah, you've got this down.
So this game, the first time I ever saw Roundabout, my immediate reaction was to compare it to, there's a GBA game called Kururin, is that right?
Yeah,
I might have gotten the number of
Kururin.
Kus and Rus wrong, but it was a game that came out on the GBA from Nintendo, I think, that was like about a rotating stick that never stops and moving it through these obstacles, and we never got it in America. It never came out here. But it showed up in like Smash Brothers items and trophies and stuff, and that's how I know about it. Was that a direct inspiration?
Yeah, that was a big reference because it did come out in Australia. 'Cause
Okay.
we're part of Europe. for some
Right.
reason.
That's how that
Yeah,
works.
that's how geography works. This is a list of all of the horns you can collect. in the
Holy
game.
shit, that's a lot.
The most horns in any video game you will play this year.
No, I mean, clearly. I didn't know there were this many sound effects on the internet.
Yeah, who would have thought that there were this many royalty-free sounds I could have downloaded?
Oh, dude, some of these are pretty tempting. So, all the upgrades in this store are pretty, what's the word? They're superficial. Like they're not
They don't impact performance
right.
in this store.
I mean, not superficial is the wrong word because changing the horn is pretty
No, it's
fundamental to the
critical,
gameplay. I'm excited to get to go underwater later. And so this game is also coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Is that right?
That's right. So this Thursday is our Steam release and Humble Store release, which is coming out on PC, Mac, and Linux. And then early next year, we're going to do Xbox One and PS4.
Cool. Alrighty. So I've been just a fully. Oh, look at him. There are other spinners out here.
Yeah, they kind of learned it from you.
This game does an incredible job, by the way, of making you feel like you are just failing fundamentally. Like the combination of the sparks and the sound effects and the repeated like banging it like that, you feel like an idiot every time, and that's hard to do in a video game.
That's our goal at No Goblin, is to make you feel like an idiot every time. But I mean, seriously though, like it's one of the things we spent a lot of time on was trying to make death feel fun.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times, like people go into a game like, okay, I'm gonna try and not die as much as possible, and this is just really fun, just watching people like get stuck between two cars or like that.
Like that. Sparks
yeah.
fly. There's some good screen shake going.
Kind of like Austin Powers between two vehicles.
Yes, that's it. Very important point of reference for many contemporary games. So tell me about this combo system that I'm inadvertently triggering sometimes.
So the combo system works a bit like Tony Hawk.
Okay.
Except instead of tricks, you're picking up pickups and markers in the world, and instead of manuals, you're running over people and small objects.
Okay. There we go. Man, there's look at all these characters I'm going to meet later. That's exciting.
So as well as all the main missions, you also have a bunch of challenges you can do in the world. They're the blue icons on the minimap.
Okay.
The one that's unlocked now is ball bounces, which is trying to bounce a soccer ball on your limo for as many times as possible.
I'm actually going to go for that. Is it the one on the baseball field?
Yes.
So you know that baseball is not the one with soccer balls in it, right? That's
Close enough.
Oh.
Nice.
How good are both of you, both of the developers on this game, at like taking a pen and twirling it between your fingers?
I am terrible.
Really?
I have terrible manual dexterity. I make video games.
Right.
I teach soccer now. Apparently this isn't America anymore. You seem like someone who knows what soccer is.
It's a great line. So did you write the script for this game?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So I wrote a lot. I wrote the first pass of the script, and a bunch of it was terrible. And then a lot of our actors improvised a bunch of great lines.
Good. So a bunch of it was terrible, and then the actors went in to make sure that all of it was terrible.
Exactly. They leveled the playing field.
Hold on, I'm going to try this one more time. I wonder if it would behoove me to spin rapidly during this.
There's a bunch of tricks. When you unlock jump, that'll help you kick the ball up as well.
Oh,
more hits.
nice. So technically, this is a Metroidvania, is what you're telling me.
It's a Metroidvania FMV open world.
Grand Theft
romance
Auto,
game.
the video game.
Yep.
Oh, dude, see, that was a good little carry there, though, for a second. Alrighty. Cool. I'm glad that there's like ambient challenges to take on here too. All right, so I'm going to take on another mission. Although at some point I want to see you play, because I know people don't want to. You know what it is? It's the sad honk noises that happen.
It's the sad trombone on the way down to death.
I mean, we're seeing a movie after, but, well, she's just meeting me. Oh gosh.
Good hand quivering acting.
So that's Steve Kim, who
Oh wow.
yeah, he does a lot of like crazy awesome pixel art. He actually did our Steam emoticons.
All right.
Oh wow. She's allergic to flowers. Damn it, Steve, you ruined everything.
All right. It'll take me probably a good 10 minutes to get over my instinct to not run over people. I'm always worried the cops will show up.
Let's go. Driver?
Good reaction. Do you remember what the script said for that one, or is it too long ago?
It was probably something like Giorgio rolls eyes and turns forward. Oh, there's a lot of Giorgio does trademark stare and turns in the script.
What about you? Thanks. So, do I pay you now, or later, or do I... Oh!
Thanks, Giorgio. Wait.
Oh, that was cute. She brought them together.
Theater?
Damn it, Steve!
You didn't think of that. Alrighty. Let's see what Elizabeth's story is.
Giorgio was beginning to get the hang of this whole limousine hire.
Who's the narrator?
The narrator is Zeta. He's actually an LPer that did a lot of really crazy Binding of Isaac LPs.
Oh, okay.
Where he like disassembled the game and everything.
Jeez.
But he has this really great like radio narration voice, and so we tricked him into doing our narration.
So we need to push. Let's go, Giorgio.
I like that in that take she started like laughing because she was like putting her makeup in her mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, most people managed to hold it together. I think the closest we got to just straight up laughter on camera is Eric Pope, who is Farmer Pope in the game.
Oh wow.
And there's a line that he just barely gets it through.
So would a player who's better at this game than me speed up a little more often?
Yeah, so we have a speedrun mode in the game. It's called the official esports speedrun mode, and it's hosted by Jeffrey the Skeleton, who's voiced by Medibot, who runs the Pro Yoshi's Cookie League.
Perfect.
And so we have all of our testers at the moment going through the speedrun mode, and they are completely trouncing my times, and I am not really happy about
At
it.
your own, they're literally beating you at your own game.
They're almost half the speed of me, and I've been playing this for like 15 months. So yeah, but those guys will like hold the trigger down the entire time to keep the speed going and just plow through everything, jump over stuff. It's pretty crazy.
So let's talk about No Goblin. This is y'all. Is this your first game put together? Like first full game?
This is our first No Goblin game. As a team of 2 people, we've worked on a bunch of stuff before. You might know us from Super Drake Tracker 2000 EX.
Oh, right, obviously.
Obviously, that's smash hit. But we're basically 2 ex-AAA designers. I used to work at Harmonix and Twisted Pixel and Pandemic Studios, and we want to make games that are unique and fun and aren't just like this sort of linear narrative grind. And so that's kind of like where a lot of the sort of the roundabout sort of design comes from. And it's this open world, there's tons of stuff to do. We have a narrative that's incredibly goofy and doesn't take itself seriously. There's no guns in the game. It's just this unique take on this spinning mechanic.
So I just reversed my direction, reversed my polarity for the first time. I hit those rubber things.
Yeah, those blue tires will spin you around. So we kind of unlock new things in the world to make it a little trickier to get around.
I'm getting, it's weird. At first I was avoiding hitting people, but now that I've got this thirst for blood, I just want to wipe everyone out.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
This evening, going home, it's going to be knocking people over. I think no responsibility.
People try to say that video games don't make you violent, but... and so the name No Goblin is pretty interesting, the story behind it at least. I'm remembering this from like when you guys first announced this game a couple years ago, or was it a couple years ago? Was it a year ago?
A little over a year ago.
Okay. But the name, if I remember right, it comes from a desire to make a video game that doesn't have a goblin in it, right?
Yeah, it's actually born out of Josh Baer, who's the chief creative officer at Twisted Pixel. He had this, whenever like there was any like high fantasy tropes or like sci-fi tropes, he'd call them goblin things. It's like, that idea is completely goblin, like having like XP meters and stuff like that. Or like if there was like 2047 and Space Roger Joe has a laser blaster, that's Space Goblins. And we're trying to think of a name that kind of summed up what we wanted to make in games, which is kind of the opposite of that. It's like unique settings, unique mechanics, and No Goblin kind of popped in the thing of like, that's what we want to make. We want to make things that are No Goblin.
So we're probably not going to meet Jeffrey on this run, right?
Probably not. He's pretty far into the city area. So you picked up this mission again. At any time you can hit start and choose dump passenger to kick them out.
And I love that the prompt for retrying a mission just says like pick up the kids again.
Yeah.
But yeah, though it's funny because like as someone who doesn't have a huge affinity for like high fantasy Lord of the Rings type stuff, like I feel like the 70s period like are a super underexplored setting in games.
I think even also like the 70s when it is explored, it's like that sort of blaxploitation Shaft style thing.
Right.
And there's like so much more that went on in the 70s.
Right, like
disco and running over people and spinning limousines and things like that.
People never talk about that, but it was a huge part of I feel like that era.
And George Manis' story is like such an iconic story, and yet like people seem afraid to touch this in games.
I don't know why. I don't know why people are afraid to tell the story of this mass murderer who was also a really good driver. So I'm going to hand it off to you, I think, and you can show me how an actual roundabout player actually plays.
Let's try and do some speed playing.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, so I've played this a little bit. So this is kind of what a speed run of this
I'd be alarmed if you had not ever played it before.
That's just how I make games.
Yeah.
I just throw a bunch of stuff into Unity, press play, and ship it.
You're more the creative lead. You don't really make the game. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, limousine, and then Panzer makes everything. Okay, so, oh yes, we're doing up to the priest mission.
Alrighty.
Okay. Head our way over there.
Bless you, my child. We appear to have something in problem. I meant to be joining 2 people.
So this is Richard Rouse, who is a super famous, cool designer guy, who like Suffering and worked himself for a bit. We made him play a priest, because that's what you do to respected people in the games industry.
Yeah.
Definitely do a lot better. I think I see him. Go past it all right.
You're kind of abducting this groom. Good green screen work.
Thanks. No, it's only the highest quality crappy green screens.
Who's the groom in this?
The groom is a friend of ours called Mr. Fuzzles, who did not sign up to be the groom in this game, and we tricked at the very last minute because we realized we needed someone to pull into a car. He's still friends with us for some reason.
Oh. So this, as much acting as there is going on here, that man was practically abducted into being in this game.
Yes, both in narrative form and in actual production of this game.
Art imitates life. Look at that. So here's an interesting question. Rayo-san on Twitch is asking, can you change directions quickly enough to drive perfectly straight? So you can't actively change directions with any, like, unless you bump into the rubber tire piles, right?
Yeah, there's an upgrade you can get. That's the wheel reverser. That lets you change direction, but only like once every second or so.
Okay.
So you can't really like cheese your way through it.
Right.
You can, in some very special cases, we have those tire springs arranged in a way that you can kind of like bounce your way through.
Huh. And this 8X combo is pretty impressive.
Bonjour, Giorgio. No, I will not be writing with you today. I am, how you say, what is your papa? I have heard stories about a new driver with a certain je ne sais quoi.
Magics.
Show me your magics.
Our French translator absolutely hated the fact that I put je ne sais quoi in the English text to be translated into French.
How did he do that? You have a certain, and then something in English with quotes.
Exactly. So you can actually cheese it here to like stay straight, but you can't really go anywhere.
Right, yeah. I mean, if you want a game where you can drive in a straight line, that exists already.
Yeah, this may not be the type of
This is not the game for you. This is exciting. William C. says, Kuru Kuru Kururin, how much will this cost? So, first of all, you found a guy who knew what Kuru Kuru Kururin is, which is exciting.
That's fantastic.
Probably European,
Yeah.
or Australian, same thing. But yeah, so you guys, it's like $15, right? But it's a little cheaper if you pre-order.
Yeah, so if you go to roundaboutgame.com right now, we have the pre-order available for 20% off. So $15 goes to, I think it's 12?
I think so. I think it's
then-
$11.99. Yeah.
We also have the deluxe edition, which has this plus the screenplay, the early builds, Giorgio Cam, soundtrack, and something I am missing, a bonus cut video, so we have a bunch of cut scenes and things like that. And that's $16 at the moment. It's usually 20. And all of those come with Steam keys as well. So if you get that, you'll get a Steam key in the mail, and you can activate with that your account.
And it's in the physical mail, right? You mail it to their house.
I do. I'll go home tonight and mail it. I'll write it down very nice with calligraphy and send it through. So while we're here, how about I go back and turn on some extras for us?
Wow, E is in the vowel says,
Yes.
Girl, you're my favorite rotating limo driver. You can pick me up anytime.
Aw.
There's a whole conversation seemingly composed of the game's cast hanging out in the Twitch chat that I'm just now noticing.
That's the bonus about making a game with like 20 or 30 people. You have like
Yeah.
an instant Twitch crowd that comes up and watches the game. So let's check on no violence mode. We also have a big head mode, which is nice. If you're hardcore, you can turn on permadeath and sudden.
Permadeath.
I'm not going to do that because I'm not that hardcore.
Okay.
But yeah,
What is dot beats?
that uses Swatch internet time for leaderboards.
Jesus Christ.
I'll turn that on just for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's go back in. And we also have all of these challenges as well. Some of these are jump off to the ones that are in the world. We also have a bunch of new ones as well. We have the official esports speedrun mode I was talking about before.
Right.
We also have Desert Limo, which is essentially Desert Bus, but in a limo.
Jesus Christ.
And these all have leaderboards as well, so you can have like the official fastest speed run time in Roundabout.
The fact that there's a desert bus, so could I play that mode for charity, theoretically, if I wanted to?
If you could find a charity that would accept it, I am sure.
We
you
don't
could.
want your dirty money. You were playing Roundabout's desert limo mode. We're not interested.
If I hit these guys now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's family friendly.
It's perfect. I like the variable pitch sound effect. It's almost like a banjo song.
Yeah.
Do you guys have banjos in Australia?
I believe so. We have Banjo Patterson, who is a famous Australian.
That's what I meant, yeah.
In a sense, like I know you're a big poetry guy, so
Yeah, that's true. Holy shit. So you got the camera in, real tight right now.
Yeah.
How do you prefer to play with a sort of wide angle or a very close one, or?
I'm a close-in guy. I like it close-in. I know it's a very divisive issue, which is why we have the control on the stick to pull the camera in and out. I know a lot of people that swear by always out. I feel like this is my hyper speed for a roundabout.
Well, this is more realistic.
Exactly. It's how you would actually drive a revolving limousine is by on a small cloud.
Did you guys ever consider, for the first-person mode, because I'm going to keep going back to that, having support for that like webcam thing where it tracks your head, like track IR? What's it called?
Oh, track IR.
Yeah. Just and then you can like look over your shoulder out the window of the limo. There you go.
Nice.
I mean, you can do patches, right? It's
Yeah, no,
2014.
it's Steam. I can push that out.
Add that back in later.
Hello there, my tech chauffeur. I have a task that needs attending to in my
So you should actually have Giorgio Cam on your computer if you wish to
I'm
stream.
stuck in the city.
I will do that at some point for sure.
You could pop by and take care of you.
I like the voice that these.
It's Echo from Uber Entertainment, the art director there.
Jeez.
All-star cast.
Yeah, for real. Are they? So obviously, all of them are currently busy on the press circuit doing interviews about.
Yeah,
Sure,
we
around.
spare no expense at no goblin at our press thing. It isn't just some guy hopping on a plane for a day to chat to people. It's an organized street team effort.
These cash stashes. So, what did the ESRB give you guys?
We got a T for team.
Okay.
For violence and blood. Which
Sounds about
makes sense.
You're totally ruining my Steam achievements right now with all these hot combos.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm getting you your crazy completion and stuff.
Let's see here. She Geek Show on Twitch, who
Yes.
might be someone you know, says that she had an idea about buying a chauffeur hat and then just like live streaming the game in silence.
So She Geek Show is Kate Welch, who is
Oh, wow.
Giorgio Manis.
Amazing.
Yes. All-star Twitch cast.
That's amazing. So I love that idea that she had, which is just put on a chauffeur hat, maybe do like a face cam in the corner,
Yeah.
and just never react. Maybe put a camera back there so you can turn around and look at it. Like
I think
that.
if we're going to do like the desert limo stream, I think that's the funding goal. Is like you
Yes.
have to keep it going to keep staring forwards or keep turning around. I don't know. It's all we'll work out the details.
At $10,000,
Yeah.
she turns around. That 47 combo is preposterous. Let's see here.
Hey, you! I'm so glad you called. So, where are we going on our days? Okay, no pressure. How about you just...
So who is this?
This is Jillian Carroll. She's a friend of ours from LA, and her wardrobe is made out of entirely 70s clothes.
Wow. Just
Like,
in real life?
In real life, like we thought she'd be good for the role of Beth to start off with, and like, hey, you want to do this? You seem like you'd be a good fit for it. And then she sent us photos, which I think are going to be in the art book, of her in every single 70s piece of clothing that she has, and it's
Wow.
like 20 different things. Like all of the clothes are her own clothing she owned before we asked her, which is it's brilliant. It's exactly what we needed for the game.
Whoa, going right through the mall. And you've got a custom song for this mall sequence?
Yes, custom song, a lot of borrowed quotes.
Ross Osinski is asking if we've heard of the game Sensible Taxi. Sensible Taxi.
I have not heard.
I
of
haven't
it.
either, but I'm presuming it has something to do with Crazy Taxi. Hands are skunks.
We get one dev team mention in there.
Yeah.
Relax.
Das Steppenwolf, who I'm assuming joined the stream a little late, says this game would be nice in first-person mode. That exists.
That exists.
That is an option. If you buy the deluxe edition.
If you buy the deluxe edition, you'll get Giorgio Cam, and you'll be nauseous very, very quickly.
I feel like I can really be myself
So in order to do that first-person camera, you had to make a skybox, I'm assuming, for the game, right?
Oh yeah, no, we had to do a lot of incredibly dumb things to make an unplayable video game essentially.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's harder than making a good video game.
I feel like everything we've done in this game is a lot of effort to do incredibly dumb things.
That's my main takeaway for sure.
Oh my goodness, you've come at just the right time. Shh. Look, it's an incredibly rare straight lurping hover eagle.
I also don't know what birds are.
We need to tag it before something bad happens.
Nobody's seen it in 50 years.
Eagle.
Oh, look at that. A nice follow mission. I like that the beagle, or the eagle, reorients itself based on your proximity to the goal.
Yeah, it's a straight lurping hover eagle, so it only lurps from location to location.
Gotcha.
So, highbrow programmer humor right there. So this is one of those
That went over
seconds-
my head.
One of those seconds where I can.
So yeah, that's as close as you'll ever get to driving straight
Yeah.
in Roundabout, for those who are asking. I like to think that when you hit people in the no violence mode, they're getting transported to just like somewhere nice. Yeah.
You've got to stop them. I'm so sorry.
This scene has a very different tone when they're not
We're
bleeding. Yeah.
exploding in blood.
Thank you, Giorgio. The Parks Department and nature. Thanks.
So we should probably have enough money to buy a hat now, I think.
Let's get a hat. Let's get our first Roundabout hat. Alrighty.
Okay, what do we got? Yeah, we got tons of money.
Oh, jeez.
Do we have enough for Hot Dog Dad? We do.
Oh,
Hot Dog Dad is my favorite
that.
dad of hot dogs. See, it's a hot dog, and he's been cut.
oh, and he's also an octopus.
Yeah.
So he's like a hot dog Yeah.
Yeah,
Hot dog dad.
Hot Dog Dad.
I feel like if the second you put a knife in a hot dog, it gets less appetizing. Like when it's in a shape that's not a hot dog shape, I can't. Is that Danny Baranowski?
That is Danny Baranowski.
Oh my gosh.
We wanted a real Swedish person,
Yeah.
and then we just got Danny B instead.
Is soccer gris a real Swedish word?
It is.
Okay.
And I just looked for a Swedish word and didn't think about like checking it to make sure it wasn't insulting or anything. But thankfully it isn't. It's a candied pig.
Okay.
So he's trying to find a candied pig, which makes no sense.
You found a horn.
I did.
So there are collectible horns in addition to horns you can buy.
Well, you can only collect horns. So
Oh, sorry,
You have to
yeah.
go around and collect the horns to fill out that huge board of horns.
I see a money stack down there. Are you able to?
What the hell? Let's go down there.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a mission, but let's. You almost made it.
Almost.
You did collect
I
it,
got
right?
it though. Yeah.
That's impressive. Chili Bean points out that if you had charged for these hats, you could have taken all of Matt Kessler's money.
That's true.
It's another huge. You're turning down money left and right on this game.
I can't take his money. He got me a free bottle of water at E3. So.
I heard he did a lot of that.
Yeah, so I am indebted to him for life.
It's the proper orientation for this. There you go. He's kind of killing it in this role.
Yeah, right.
It's a good fit for him.
A lot of these actors, like we were deliberately going for cheesy 70s, but a lot of people brought actual like decent acting shots.
Yeah.
Hey! I'm glad you picked me up. Could you give me a ride to Bus Depot?
Beth is a great example of that. The whoever's playing Beth is definitely doing some acting right now.
Yeah, that is some serious A-level acting that we do not deserve. in this
Right.
game.
One last ride together. At least for now.
Whoa. I didn't expect Giorgio to be so affected by Beth's
Yeah,
departure.
the slight mouth turn.
Yeah.
Remember that time we were at the park?
The other, like the second mission with her. Yeah. Getting nostalgic. Revisiting all these iconic places.
You should come visit her again.
So I don't-
even have a new revolving guy, just like you.
Oh, he's setting up a sequel right here? Is that what this is?
Well, that's the French Canadian guy is Ronaldo, who's the evil guy on the radio. We picked up.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
he basically stole your idea, and he's doing it in another town.
Fucked up.
I know, right?
Yeah, just here at the depot.
I wonder how much experience other people have with roundabouts. So I am from the South, and there was like a small town in Pittsburgh, North Carolina that has a roundabout in front of the courthouse right there. But that's the only roundabout I feel like I've ever seen in North America. There's also one in Florida that I feel like I saw, but they're pretty rare here, roundabouts as a concept.
Like in Australia, they're all over the place. And then when I moved to America, I moved to Boston.
Yeah.
And so they're all over the place in Boston
Right.
as well. I didn't realize that they're not really an American concept.
Well, they're strictly better than four-way traffic intersections, right? Like
Yeah.
those are just the worst thing in the world.
Absolutely.
So let's look at your report card for that.
Oh, no, a little too late on that.
Ah,
I'm just hiding the fact that I did terribly. So actually, this mission unlocks the ability to jump.
oh,
So
nice.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hand this back to you.
I'll happily take it back over. Oh, you can tell he's a mechanic because he's got the oil. There you go.
That's the international sign for mechanic.
Fantastic. Well, kid, I think it's time we moved on to something fish.
Watching him not be himself is killing me. Alrighty. I need to keep my combo going. I'm manualing through some people. I had a weird nightmare that I woke up from Monday morning that I was asked to make a YouTube video that was the top 5 Tony Hawk levels of all time.
So it's just like airport 5 times.
Airport would be on there. I feel like what's the Get Chuck Unstuck one? Canada?
Oh, yeah.
That's up there for sure too.
It's easy.
Zoo, I know Zoo isn't really big for a lot of people, but I'm a big fan of Zoo.
Which game is that in, 2?
4, I think?
Okay. How fucked up would it be if I just did all Thug levels, like all Tony Hawk Underground 2?
I would leave.
People
I would
would-
leave this room in a huff.
I would upload that video and then check back the next day. We'd have 0 subscribers on YouTube.
I don't think there were any Tony Hawk games up before. I thought it just ended and then that was it.
It's true. It's like the Star Wars prequels.
Exactly.
All right, here we go.
Oh man, you got
So
this.
how big? This is a common open world game question. How big is this city? How much landmass are we dealing with here?
It's pretty big. So this is 1/3 of the area in the
Oh wow. Yes. What's up? I like that. That's also like a fortune cookie fortune. Some lucky numbers in there. Oh geez. I like that
Nice work.
it spins faster when you're in the air so that it can descend slowly like a helicopter. That's important.
Just drive
Intuitive.
through the tunnel to Roundabout City. Once you get through, come
Dumb
back.
joke.
We'll take on this town together.
Ah, jeez. Oh, I can drive through the tunnel. So she can drive straight when she wants to.
Well, it's a kind of a joke in all the FMV. It's like, A, it stopped, and there's no point where any of the FMV is spinning.
Right. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, stick jumps,
That was a
the
sick
ultimate
jump.
collectible.
Oh, wow. It's a billboard for me.
Actually, you can see the whole world map if you hit the pause button.
Oh, yeah?
The start button, yeah. And then you can move the right stick to move around. So that's the city. This is the mountains area that you go to later. It has an airport and things like that. And then
Oh,
that's-
wow. That was like kind of a joke question about the landmass, but this is pretty substantial. This is an open world game sized open world game. I was so ready for it to just be that first city, but there's multiple places to go.
Actual legitimate world that is open.
And there's corresponding full motion video in each of these places.
Yeah, every person has unique FMV.
That was a sick jump. It's so much nicer now that I'm just collecting people and not destroying
And not
people.
splattering.
Non-groovy. That's how you know it's the 70s, because
Yeah.
they're saying not groovy.
I actually had a line I had to cut from one of these missions where it's night where I just said like the line straight, it's like, we're gonna do this, Giorgio, because it's 1977. And I like this game is cheesy, but I feel like there's a low like level of acceptability for this
Right.
direct telephoning.
Here we go. Alrighty, so I'm gonna take on a mission. But
Close.
first I'm gonna try to jump through the Chinatown arches and get myself killed. Alright. So besides Kurin, what were the other sort of major... why do I keep jumping there? What am I doing?
Because you see that sick jump.
That's exactly... I see a sick jump. And that is the official name for that collectible? Those are sick jumps?
Those are sick jumps.
I'm gonna collect that sick jump, but first I'm gonna just
No,
calmly...
don't jump here.
I'm not gonna jump here.
Got this.
What's
Nice.
up? All right, there we go. Were there any other specific inspirations that led to Roundabout existing?
There were a bunch. Like Kurin is the obvious one for the spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Hawk for the scoring mechanic.
Right.
I guess I hate saying this, but a little bit of Metroidvania for like the way we do mockables. Team Fortress 2 for hacks.
I knew you'd come around.
Right.
Yeah, there's a whole grab bag of things. Like Vice City for the way we do our property system,
Right.
where you can buy a property that earns you money.
And so you do come back later to collect that money?
Yeah, so you come back to collect that money, then you can use that money to buy the more expensive hats.
This kid sometimes.
I like that he got fed up and just like, look, just follow the arrow. Like, being very direct.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, I think, what everyone wants to hear about, which is the Steam emoticons that are
Steam
available.
emoticons are absolutely amazing. They're done by Steve Kim, who does a lot of great pixel art. If you've seen the giant bomb pixel art of those guys,
Oh, yeah?
he did that.
Huh. Also, people might know him. He's a great actor
That's true. He's also the actor in this game.
in the game Roundabout.
He's a big kid. But we commissioned him to do our emoticon art because it's really like a lot of people just like phone in their emoticons on Steam and just like grab some textures from the game and put them in. But we wanted some really awesome ones people would actually use as
Sure,
emoticons.
yeah. Because there are huge, in my emoticon collection, there are some pretty huge gaps that I feel like I would like to have. So what are you guys offering?
So we have Hot Dog Dad for a start.
Obviously. So
Obviously,
yeah, that's what I
guaranteed
meant
in.
when I said there were big
Yeah.
gaps.
We have Jeffrey the Skeleton's head. Well, probably not in this stream, but you'll meet Jeffrey the Skeleton later on. His head is in there, which is a great scary emoticon.
Literally, me and our intern Cisco were just like lamenting the lack of spooky Halloween, like skeletal.
Yeah.
There aren't enough spooky emotes on Steam, and
Yeah.
you need them. Those are useful.
That's true. And then we have heads for Giorgio, Mickey, and Beth, all done in that sort of pixel art style.
So are these for the mission I just completed?
These are for the mission you're about to do.
Ah, cool, cool. Let's see how. I'm gonna say I'm going to get maybe 2 of these.
Yeah, I think you could probably do too.
Let's get going.
New character. New character.
City Hall. It's a matter of life and death. Go.
So that's Nay, another one of our casting call people. And she's playing this kind of militant protester, but she only has bullets and doesn't have any guns. And it was this fierce debate that Panzer and I had when we were shooting. We didn't have the bandolier on her at first. And I was like, it's dumb. Like, we have no guns in the game. Why does she have bullets? And Panzer's like, that is why we have to do it.
Right. It's good to have someone to calm you down when you worry that an idea is too stupid.
When we're worried about doing something sane, I'm glad that we can return to stupidity very quickly.
Alrighty. I like that the for that section in between the buildings, we got like a nice overhead camera angle.
Yeah, I try to like move the camera a bit when you're in those tight areas, just so you're not fighting buildings and things like that.
I also enjoy that if I'm like hanging partway off the thing, it's still spinning, but like I badly want to see what the underside of this limo looks like. I have a lot of questions.
Perfect. Let's do this.
All right. I just bought City Hall.
Yeah.
That was almost like an actual car crash. I just drove straight on into that. Okay. Oh, there's the corgi that I didn't remember from one of the hats.
Yeah. It's Cassie the Corgi. Modeled and named after our own Corgi in real life.
I see a collectible and I get greedy. That's
That's the start. It's like you see like a sick jump somewhere precarious, and then there goes like 5 minutes.
alrighty. I'm waiting for him to get out of my way. Just gotta time this just right.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nice.
I hit that with the broad side of the car. Just knocked all of them away at once. Alrighty, let's finish this mission.
Thanks so much. We did good today. We did a real good thing.
We did a real good thing. Alrighty, let's see how I did. I got one thing. One thing.
You see, if you go back to the mission, you have your Swatch internet time for your time that it took you. So it took you 1.54 beats to get through that mission.
Shameful.
Yeah.
And I like that there's one for not jumping, because when I first saw the jump mechanic during GDC, my first thought was like, how does that not make the game substantially easier once you get it? And the answer is, it sort of does, but you ought to not use it if you're going for leaderboard time.
Like, you're not going to get you go slower when you're traveling in the air, so you're not going to get fastest times. It's kind of good for like just that panic switch of like, I just want to get through this.
Yeah.
I'm going to blaze my way through.
So you've incentivized people not to jump at every possible opportunity. How have you incentivized people not to use roundabout mode at all times?
I don't think there is a way possible to
There's nothing you could do.
Yeah. I mean, it's human nature to want every sound to be a fart sound.
That's true. That's just who we are as people. Immediate explosion when I go in the water. All right, I'm gonna head off to you and find some more chat questions here.
I'm gonna turn on roundabout mode for a little bit. Now that you've mentioned it.
Somebody noticed that I managed to jump into the Chinatown thing again, an additional time.
I'm only going to do roundabout mode just for a little bit, just because there's only so many farts you can really have.
Right. So let's talk about the voice acting of the pedestrian screams when you murder them. Oh, look at this. Oh. Huh. So this is roundabout mode, I guess.
This is roundabout mode, yeah.
So what does it sound like when you jump? Makes like a fart noise. Okay.
You may be shocked to learn that the answer to what does it sound like to anything in this game
so
is
what if you go through the menu and just like scroll? All right. Okay. Got it. And that's the sound for tooltips.
Yeah.
Wow, the fact that it extends to the menus is legitimately like almost impressive.
I think that's the first time anyone has commented on fart sounds as being almost impressive.
Almost impressive.
Yeah.
You can use that on the box for the retail.
I'm going to change our Steam for it to be that. almost impressive.
So are there videos? You were talking about some of the speed runs that are happening. Is there a way to watch those yet, or is that a?
Not yet. We have a stream embargo actually just lifted, and then we have a press embargo on the 18th. But I'm actually really excited to see. There's two people in our beta group right now. It's Paul Ragney, who's also our French translator, and Nick Cummings, who are destroying on the speedrun leaderboard. So I'm actually really curious to see how they're getting some of the speedrun times.
So they can make it through the tutorial in less than 7 beats. Is that what you're saying?
They can actually finish the game in under 10 beats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hello again, my revolving fellow. I'm late for my inspection of the Maximilian Towers construction site. Chop chop.
Lazurius Falcone says, "I love how wonderfully terrible this game is. It's perfect."
That is fantastic to hear. If you like it, I can turn my chill mode on, so you go to roundaboutgame.com and pre-order the game. 20% off roundaboutgame.com.
That's also what you should do if you want the first-person mode, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. First-person mode, roundaboutgame.com. Please feed and provide me shelter.
Custinator says, "Where can I buy this?"
Roundaboutgame.com.
There's your answer. Yeah. You just...
also, if for some reason you don't like going to roundaboutgame.com, you can also buy it from Steam on Thursday morning. Or the Humble Store, you can pre-order it right now.
So Sound Creature Unit says, there's this P and Q looking things at the bottom of the screen. And he's like, I'm not sure what the function of those are, but they look a lot like the Polytron logo. Did you get permission before taking the Polytron logo?
It turns out that the Polytron logo actually comes from a culture and a period of time called the 70s.
Oh, there you go.
And it turns out many people used that style in the 70s. So no, we did not license the Polytron logo. But they actually do serve a function. Like, it serves as your power-up meter, so you can see it ticking down there as your time on slow motion ticks down. And it's your cooldown meter on the way back up as well.
Word. And then over here, this just tells you your current objective.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thank you kindly, Jeeves. I'll just wait here for my Kelly-ho, pip-pip, cha-cha, and all that.
I like watching this game with subtitles because it gives you a good I think about how I expect them to say the line, and sometimes they defy my expectations completely, and that's... Oh, this is... A T, really?
A T?
That's a T for teen, huh?
T for teen.
That's...
Hey, you!
Whoa!
Oh, I'm so happy you made it out to the city.
Beth's second arc.
Is this that Ronaldo guy?
You were telling me about. It's a really funny thing to say to Giorgio.
None of that is important right now, you mademoiselle. What is important is that your revolving move is trespassing on Ronaldo.
Ronaldo County.
Hey, Giorgio invented rolling. You think stealing it isn't gonna achieve anything? You'll never be as good as Giorgio.
Oh, I'm already the best, and I'll prove it. Just try and beat me to upper roundabout. It shall be overwhelming.
You got this, baby. Teach this Eiffel turkey a lesson.
Full turkey.
That's one of the best lines in the game, and completely improvised.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Gotta get that horn.
Which one is that?
It's a goggling sound.
Whoa! Oh, he fell from the cliff up there.
Yeah.
While the pedestrian right-of-way laws may relax around that, destroying someone's cars.
Yeah, I would describe running everyone over as lax pedestrian right-of-way laws. That's a really generous way of putting that.
Ha! See, you are wasting your time here, Giorgio. Go back to the baby merry-go-rounds of the suburbs and leave us grown adults alone. Ronaldo, over and out.
Over and out.
Yeah, I don't know how many French people are going to refund their pre-orders.
Got this. Okay? Look at me. Got this.
So this next actor may be the best actor in the entire
Oh, wow.
game. I don't want to hype him up too much.
Hey, thanks for the ride. Got a sponsor soccer game going up north.
That's a great turnaround, too.
Up north, taking for a ride up to the park.
So I showed that to some of my Australian friends back home,
Yeah?
and the response I got was, I really hate it when Americans play Australians on film. So yeah, I live in nobody's country apparently.
You belong nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a soccer ball and running goal with a kid, mate.
Oh, wow, look at this. Physics. Wow.
Yeah.
Person fully just got run over by a soccer ball.
My place up there.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite bugs turned features is killing people with soccer balls.
Look at that.
Mate, you are a dead set legend. Cheers.
A different paint job while we're here.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of the other available colors. Spend some money.
So we have a bunch of cool stuff in here. We have the obligatory Saints Row reference.
There you go.
Since Panzer did a pretty famous Saints Row 2 LP. What else have we got here? We have the spooky limo, which is actually
Ooh!
the spookiest paint job you could
Wow. It's like wobble. There's movement to it. Like a ghost's cloak.
ever get. We also have... What else do we have? We have probably the hardest one
Oh,
to
wow.
play with.
I'll save up for that, for sure.
We have the Monkey Island reference, where this will actually, the pattern actually stays fixed
Wow.
as the limousine rotates around, which I kind of like a lot. The Hideo, it's the cardboard box.
Unreal.
Get a different hat.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say, let's change the hat real quick.
We have Greg the Eagle you can buy, who will fly around with you, and if you have any objectives, Greg will show you where you need to
Wow.
go.
So you have a companion, basically.
Yeah.
Moving Day combined with the Hideo that's a pretty solid look right there.
It's it's for if you want to be extra hidden in the game.
Stealth.
Let's do Snowman.
This is an incredible looking vehicle you've put together. So how long did you agonize over what you were going to name the snowman?
It was tough. We did a focus group,
Right.
trying to figure out like what you would call a snowman, and then just gave up and called him Snowy.
You guys tried Frosty, and people were like, "But what is he made out of?"
Yeah,
And
frosting, like
right, exactly.
Yeah, I thought so. He's been calling me all day trying to figure out where you are. Come on, let's head back down to the city and find out what's up. I'll come with you. There's a back way you can take to the hills. I'll show you where to go.
Zegris on Twitch is asking whether or not they have the choice to make. Should they buy Dark Souls or Roundabout?
I think they should buy Roundabout. If I'm being impartial, I still think you should buy Roundabout.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bore you with these easy questions, but
You have to buy Roundabout twice, and then gift one person.
there you go.
Roundabout.
2 games for the price of Dark Souls.
I have no idea what Dark Souls is selling for right now.
don't
Let's
either.
pretend it's 2 copies of Roundabout.
Next time you drive like that, you'll absolutely destroy Ronaldo. You're just ace,
She's adding so much to this character. It's incredible.
So let's do some more challenges. We haven't done
Yeah.
challenges
Now
for
let's
a
check out
while.
the challenge and some of the challenges in this city.
So one of my favorites is the falling car challenge. And that is basically you have to stay alive for as long as possible while cars are falling from the sky.
Wow. The General's Challenge.
Dear chauffeur, the Roundabout Military is pleased to advise you of advanced weapons testing occurring in your area within the next 10 seconds. Not being killed by said advanced weaponry would be most appreciated. Love, General.
Love. It's a great thing to. His name's SS Bombsworth.
Yes. So go to the leaderboard.
I'm in 0th place right now.
Yeah. On my list of bugs to fix tomorrow.
No, don't. I think 0th is pretty
You think I
great.
should keep it?
Yeah, there was a. I think what was it? It was Joe Danger. They released some screenshots of
Oh.
Joe Danger early on where it said it had the places for the different races above their heads, and I think it said like 3rd ND.
Oh,
like
yes, I
Thirdant
remember that,
or
yes.
something like that. I think 0th is a pretty solid one.
Okay, so at the moment, seems like 40 seconds is around the top.
Yeah, you're number 4 in the world. Look at
Are
that.
pretty great. And then Ragni is our top speed runner. He's got 1 minute and 4
Let's see
seconds.
if I can make the top 8.
Okay, let me show you an example.
Yeah, I want to see how it plays. You guys, yeah, you already scripted that whole falling cars bit earlier. Why not turn it into a minigame, you know?
Exactly. Reuse the whole cow that is this game.
Exactly. Alrighty, 8.2. Let me try it. I'm gonna try to do it calmly. Just take a breath.
Yeah.
Oh, the cars stick around.
Yeah, so you can't just go back and forth. You have to
Right.
change it up a little bit.
I feel alright about that.
Okay, 11, 12 seconds almost.
How did I do? Alright. 7th. I can live with that. Better than 0th.
It's true.
Alrighty. So if you could show us one last thing in Roundabout, what would that be?
One last thing in Roundabout. That would be... so much stuff to show you. How about we just do one last mission?
Sure, yeah.
We have a bunch of side missions and things like that, but you can save those for a surprise when you buy Roundabout.
Exactly.
What I'm sure you are rushing to do right now.
Okay, kid. My buddy Leo has just the thing to give you the edge on this Ronaldo. Look, kid,
Skeptical.
trust me on this. It's in a container at the docks.
How many times did you reapply the oil to his face over the course of this development?
Many times. I've lost count of the amount of times. Because we have to do it for continuity as well, because he gets more oil the further the game continues on.
Till eventually he's just unrecognizable.
I don't want to spoil the last scenes with Mickey, but he has more oil on
I
his face.
feel like you probably didn't put a Microsoft employee in blackface. I'm hoping you didn't. That seems like a bad move from a PR angle.
Well, we have 36 hours to change everything.
Okay, yeah, the game still isn't out yet. You can fix it.
Finally.
So this suitcase is actually filled with candy dots.
Yeah, is that what I saw dangling there?
The candy dots are the things that summon Jeffrey the Skeleton.
Oh, gotcha. All right, let's meet Jeffrey. Nicely executed. I remember this exact section from the GDC demo.
Okay.
Gave me a lot of trouble.
Give me a few to figure out what to do with this magic dust. Once we get it in the system, you'll be unstoppable.
So yeah, from this point on, Mickey's going to go off and make something out of those candy dots.
Gotcha.
He'll summon a skeleton at some point.
I'm torn. I almost don't want to spoil the skeleton for anybody because that's such a fundamental part of
it's a key part of the mythos of Roundabout.
Really, the universe that you guys are building.
It's true. It's a very Jeffrey-centric world.
Mm-hmm. Noted. Well, hey, thank you for coming in and playing Roundabout and talking to me about Roundabout for quite a while in this hot room. That was a blast. And thank you guys at home for hanging out in the Twitch and YouTube chats. That was real fun. If people want to know more about Roundabout, what is the URL that they can navigate to?
Roundaboutgame.com is the place to be for your Roundabout news and pre-orders. Goes on sale this Thursday for $12. It's a discount from $15. And the Blogs edition, which you should totally check out. It's a great art book, first-person mode.
That first-person mode is
just crazy amounts. We should be selling it for more, but we're nice people, so we're not.
Be selling it for $200.
It should be. It should be a $200 collector's edition.
Just to recoup the losses on how much you're going to lose in being sued for making people throw up.
We can ship it with Giorgio's iconic hat. It'll be great.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out. That was a blast.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, guys. Alrighty. Here we go.